to another episode of Potentially Rare Switch Games. In the past few episodes you've seen me cover games by companies like Limited Run Games and Super Rare Games, and I've very rarely touched on any commercial releases, the ones you can get in the shops. I had a look at Has Been Heroes, which you can catch on the channel feed now, but I'm going to have another little look at a game that you can readily get in the shops, and that game this time round is Unbox Newbie's Adventure. Now, it's an interesting platforming game. It's a PEGI rated 3+, so it's suitable for people of all ages, from children through to adults. And it reminds me very much of like a sort of Banjo-Kazooie type platforming game, and it's very, very interesting in the way it sort of resembles these 90s platforming titles. You're definitely getting a vibe of, I said Banjo-Kazooie there, things like Donkey Kong, various other N64 platforming games, and it's compatible with up to 4 players as well, so everybody in the family can play the game. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm covering it on a show called Potentially Rare Switch Games. Now, I can't predict the future of whether this game is going to be a rare game in years to come. However, I can take a slight stab in the dark of predictions with it, and I would say that it's cheap now. You can have this game for under £20 from pretty much all retailers. If you pay any more than that, you shouldn't be. It was a budget title to begin with, and this game here, I believe that this is only going to get one print run in its time on the Switch. I don't think it's ever going to go to the eventual Player's Choice or Classics range that Nintendo do, and I don't think it'll get a second print run after this. It's quite an early game. It launched in October of 2017. It's by Merge Games. It's a small team. It's very early on. It stands to reason that it could very well disappear in years to come. I'm not sure of how much the value will be on the game in future years. At this moment in time, it does still sell second hand for pretty much the same price it does new. So there isn't much disparity between the prices there, which is always a good sign. If the market's there to buy pre-owned versions of the game, naturally once the new versions run out, the pre-owned version will start to bump up in price from there. So that's always interesting to watch if you're buying a Switch game that you think might be collectible in years to come. Check your completed listings on eBay and see how much a pre-owned version goes for versus the new version. Switch software has always been quite unique in this sense that it never really drops that much. If you look at PS4 games, Xbox One games, there is a PS4 and Xbox One version of this game. The PS4 version in particular is cheap as chips, so you can probably have it for between £10 and £12, but the Switch version is always held fast at around about the £20 mark, which is pretty good. That's a good return, even if you did buy it to play it and decided you didn't want it and then moved it on as soon as possible. But being cheap enough, it's worth buying, putting in your library of games, and then forgetting about for a few years, and then seeing where it goes from there. So this one's a bit of a wild card that, like some of the games that are limited to 5,000 copies in the world, you expect they're going to be rare in years to come. This game, it's a bit hit and miss. It could very well raise in value, it might not. But it's actually quite a good game. It's nothing really too challenging. The game gives you little set objectives that you've got to do. You have a sort of a double jump power up thing that you've got to use to manoeuvre yourself around some of the levels. There's sometimes quite maze-like, getting you to push buttons to activate lights and find various other characters in the game, which have a lot of different skins for your box. One would kind of think that perhaps the game would have been slightly more interesting if the character wasn't a cardboard box, but you'd have to change the whole story then, because it is based around the fact that he's a new recruit of a postage service that's trialing a new system where the boxes are automated. I don't know, it's crazy. You can't even make this stuff up, really, can you? But yeah, it could very well potentially be a rare Switch game. What I'll do is I'll do a close-up as well of inside the casing itself, so you know exactly what you get in, what to expect if you're buying a copy of the game, and also I'll show you your icon on the Switch as well, because we all like to see what the icon looks like, don't we, really? Okay, as we look closer at the box for Unbox itself, box for Unbox, you can see the cover art is relatively non-offensive. It does its job there. You've got your main characters on the front cover there. I think you play as this red box here, and these are some of the characters you encounter or some of the outfits you can change into. Shows sort of its 4-player as well, having 4 characters on the front. On the spine now, you have Merge Games' logo at the bottom. That's, I think, as uniform with most Switch games now, that you have to have the publisher or developer on the spine. You've got Unbox Newbie's Adventure with your Switch logo as well, so it fits quite nice with the typeface of most of the other games on the Switch, which is cool. I like them to be very uniform and plain like that, much like in the way the PS2 did. Looking on the back cover there as well, you've got Prospect and Merge Games. Some information about where it was imported by Merge Games there. Your players, which is 1 to 4. You can play it on the actual handheld mode, 1 to 4 in tabletop mode, and 1 to 4 in TV mode. Tells you a little bit of the story on the back. Immediately admits it here that Unbox is a 90s style 3D platform about the ultimate postal service, self-delivering cardboard boxes. Unbox has giant worlds full of challenges, collectibles, and boxy boss battles. Cardboard Chaos. Unbox is full of challenges, collectibles, secrets, and more. Small box, big world. Explore epic islands and massive mountains. It has got quite a nice sort of tropical feel to it, certainly. Local multiplayer madness. Battle your buddies and race to the finish. 3D platforming fun. Roll, jump, and unbox to victory. So yeah, nothing really offensive or standout, to be honest. Got a nice little picnic scene on the inside there as well, which is featuring one of the game worlds. I think that's the first game world you're in, the sort of tropics, sort of beach level and stuff. And there's your cartridge itself, which is mimicking pretty much the front cover of the game, so it's not really doing anything bad or good there. To be honest, it's pretty average. So if we put the cartridge into the Switch console itself and have a little look to see what's going on there. There we go. I upset my Switch a little bit there by taking it out and then putting it back in again. Basically, you've got your logo there. So I guess what the important question is would I recommend Unbox Newbie's Adventure to anyone today? I would say yeah, give this game a try. It's not a particularly terrible game to have in your collection, and you can have a little bit of fun with it, so it's not going to be one of those games you buy, keep it sealed and just put it straight in the collection. You might actually want to give it a try. As it says on the back cover there, it is inspired by 90s platformers, and if you're a gamer of a particular generation like myself, who remembers things like Nintendo 64, PlayStation and Saturn and stuff, then you will really quite resonate with this game, and you will get some sort of enjoyment out of it. Your mileage is going to vary depending on what you kind of expect from these sort of games, but for sub 20 quid, I recommend it. You can pick it up brand new, I think, still on places like base.com, Cool Shop, and probably the Game Collection as well as Amazon, your usual suspects. I wouldn't recommend trying Game because they're probably going to overcharge you for it, the game tax. So seek it out, buy a second-hand copy if you feel like it, or perhaps buy a sealed copy and keep it sealed for future years. My personal recommendation is you probably don't need to do that and keep it unsealed and play it and enjoy it. So that's been Unbox, and I'll see you inevitably for the next game that I decide might be worth your time and money. See you later.
Welcome to the beautiful Paradise Isles. Play on golden beaches. Take a relaxing drive. Sample the local cuisine. Meet the friendly locals. Marvel at the sights and sounds. Take part in exciting activities. There's always something to do in Paradise.